Hello friends! Amazing things happen to us every day. And no matter how carefully we plan out our lives, things that no one could have predicted happen all the time. Thus, one man was going about his business one day when he witnessed something terrible. He certainly never thought that he would ever get to change the fate of a living being. This story happened in the place where Arabian wolves lived. They usually made small packs and were more like domestic dogs. Nevertheless, the local farmers hated them because those predatory creatures harmed their farms by stealing livestock. The locals weren't particularly successful in fighting them. Thus, when one of the locals was driving and didn't notice a wolf on the road and accidentally hit him, the man didn't even stop. After getting hit by a car, the animal started whimpering from severe pain and crawled to the nearest ditch. The hit was so strong that the animal's hind leg was completely immobilized, and so the wolf had no choice but to wait for the painful death. And that's how this sad story would have ended if one kind person didn't notice the animal in trouble and didn't come to his rescue. A man was driving by the ditch and saw this terrible picture. However, being rather far away, the man couldn't make out what kind of animal was injured. At first, the man wanted to keep driving, but his heart was breaking from the plaintive cry of the dying animal. The wolf was so scared that he didn't even hope that someone would help him. But the man decided otherwise and put the poor fellow into his car. Then he went to the local veterinary clinic. The wolf lost consciousness on their way there, so he couldn't cause the man any trouble. The man was actually relieved because an injured and frightened wild animal could cause a number of problems. In the clinic, the wolf was immediately taken for an X-ray to check how bad his condition was. The prognosis was very disappointing, but the animal was immediately taken into surgery. The vets tried to save his leg. Fortunately, the surgery was successful. The wolf was put in a cast and placed in a local animal shelter. It was the first time these vets got to treat a wolf, so they even decided to name him Oliel. One of the issues that arose while helping the wolf was his innate fear of all things unfamiliar, which is what helped these animals survive in the wild. Oliel was feeling very stressed, being around people and in a confined space, but he recovered 4 months later and was finally ready to return to freedom. The clinic staff called the man who bravely saved the wolf and offered him to join them when they were releasing Oliel back into the wild. The man was glad to accept the invitation, and soon he came to the clinic. They put the crate with the wolf in the car, after which the clinic staff drove out to the habitat of the Arabian wolves. When the crate with the wolf was placed on the ground and opened, Oliel froze in one position and didn't move. The animal couldn't believe what was happening, but when he realized that he was being set free, the wolf ran as fast as he could, rejoicing at his return to the wild. It was a very touching moment that brought tears of happiness to everyone who got to witness it. No one could have thought that one day, going about his business, a man would save a wolf, thus changing his fate. This story teaches us that we should never pass by someone else's misfortune. Emotions we'd get from seeing the joy of others, even if it's a wild animal that we'll never get to see again, are simply priceless. Friends, how do you feel about today's wolf rescue story? Could you stop like that man and help the animal in some way? Or would you continue on your way? Be sure to let us know in the comments. And that's all for today. Rate this video if you liked it, and see you soon. Bye.